Are you serious? Are you serious? Good morning, everyone. We have breaking news coming out of Ecuador. There has just been a powerful, and I mean powerful, 7.5 magnitude earthquake, a mega earthquake. It was actually originally at 7.7. They've downsized it at the U.S. Geological Survey to 7.5. Now, Sister Heidi predicted this earthquake yesterday when she said we were in a high potential earthquake period based on two things: the cosmic rays, or the waves of energy that we talked about last night with Mike from around the world, and the fact that the solar winds would be coming in from the sun and hitting the earth today. And she felt that this was a high earthquake watch. And she even put that out on her own. She said, look for a possible watch for a mega earthquake. Well, she's correct. A 7.5 has hit. It hit in Ecuador. It also affected parts of Peru. Now, we know there is some damage. It's still way too early. It's a very fluid situation. It's way too early to know just how much damage and is there been any casualties. The good news is it's up in the mountain regions with not as many people. So this is probably going to major save loss of life. Now, this 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck this morning, and when it did, it hit the rural areas located near the central border, close to Peru, but still in Ecuador, okay? So near the Peruvian border. It was followed a few minutes later, 25 minutes later, with a 5.5 aftershock earthquake, very strong, right there, just a little bit further from the epicenter. Strong shaking felt throughout the entire country of Ecuador and Peru. Very powerful quake. It originally was a 7.7. This, folks, is a huge earthquake. The good news about it is it was deep, and that's going to probably save a lot of lives. According to the reports that I have, it was 132.4 kilometers deep. That is going to, without a question, save a lot of lives. Now, there has been a 4.6 earthquake just a few minutes ago, just hit in Peru, not far from the epicenter of this big quake of 7.5. It's been downsized to 7.5 by the U.S. Geological Survey. So we're going to keep a close eye on this situation in Peru. Again, Ecuador. Very fluid situation. Don't know if there's been casualties or not. It was in a very rural area, so that may have saved hundreds, if not thousands of lives. Anytime you have an earthquake of this size, of this magnitude, the fact it was in a rural area and the fact that it was very deep may have saved many people. Hopefully nobody died from this. It would be a wonderful thing. It would be one of the largest earthquakes you could have without a loss of life. And it's possible because of the location. So we're going to continue to keep a close eye on what's going on. And again, Heidi was correct on this one. Wow, we're in the last days. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. If you missed last night's broadcast where I interviewed Mike from around the world, you got to go back and watch it. I mean, you just have to. It's so important, especially if you live in New York City. You need to listen closely to the events that are coming upon the earth. If you live in Rome or New York City, it's important. And not only from a biblical prophecy standpoint, but from a scientific understanding of the waves of energy and how they're affecting the earth and where the weakest areas are. I'll be back with more in just a moment. Give your life to Jesus Christ. These are the last days.